Greetings, YouTube. Today we're taking a look at a somewhat unusual wrench that is made in the USA, and I believe that's supposed to stay indestructible. It was not well centered. There's a patent number on here, and over here says this is a number 410. I don't know how many in this series there would have been. I picked this up at an estate sale, and it's in solid condition. I mean, it's straight. First of all, it's not bent. There's no rust on it. And I thought it was just kind of a cool design concept. So you've got two different nut sizes there, as well as two different nut sizes here. And these are just hex. And then you have a bunch of different nut sizes that would allow you greater degrees of options, because it's not hex sized. It's got the star pattern. So you can go and you can get different positions on that nut. It's nice because it fits over, but it gives you a full coverage. You're going to be able to come in contact with every single point on a hex nut. And that does mean that if you have something that is, it's not open-ended, so you can't do that. But if you have something like this, that works. And I don't know what all these sizes are. I don't think there is any numbers on here as far as the sizes of the individual. No, and I get a feeling that this would be imperial. I have not checked that, to tell you the truth. I thought it was cool looking. It was in excellent condition. I had never personally encountered one like this before, and I think I paid $1 for it. So I'm like, okay, I'll give that a try. And I actually have some fasteners that would fit this perfectly that I do make adjustments on a regular basis. I haven't had to make one lately, but I'm keeping this one out and at hand so that when I do have to make that adjustment, I can give this a try and see how it's going to work in the field. Now, on these here, you're going to get a fair amount of torque. On these, you're going to get a lot less, because you're still getting some, but you're also you now still got this thing, and it's even kind of worse here. So you're doing this, and this thing is now, you know what I mean? So you might be whacking things and having to reposition repeatedly. Of course, you can do this as well if the whole situation allows that to happen. I find this a little bit more comfortable than that. So you could do this if the situation lets you have hands on both sides. That isn't always the case. Sometimes we are trying to change fasteners in unusual locations. That's why plumbers' wrenches are the shape that plumbers' wrenches are, because they're trying to reach in a very awkward position to grab a nut that's only going to be able to turn it like a quarter turn, and then you have to turn it, reposition, and a quarter turn, and reposition. So that's why they have that shape. This is not going to allow you to access the nuts that are in that kind of a tight, awkward position. It's all here for ratchets with extensions for your socket sets. But yeah, so this has been I think what it is an indestructible wrench. That's what I'm going to be calling it when I have the title on this. I thought it was a cool design. I'd never seen one. If any of you out there have had experience with this particular type of wrench, tell me what how it's worked for you. If you know about any others in this series, I'd like to know that as well. How big do they go? How small do they go? But having a multi-tool type wrench like this, I think, is neat, and I find it aesthetically pleasing. I think it's a nice and interesting object in it itself just to look at. Alrighty, so this has been the Indestructible wrench, and hope that you enjoyed the video.